Experiment time. Not too long ago, I saw an article by Cooks Illustrated that stating using a food processor when kneading bread is a total game changer. As I'd never tried kneading dough in a food processor, I thought it'd be interesting to compare it to other kneading methods. It would prove to be more challenging than expected. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Sune, and I'm not just a food enthusiast, I'm a full-blown food geek. I'm here to share my passion and knowledge with you. So I will compare the different kneading methods. Control, which includes stretch and folds, no-knead, which only mixes the dough, machine mixing, and food processor. I assume the resulting bread will be comparable, so I will focus more on what makes the different methods practical and accessible. Don't worry, I will look at the resulting bread too. The dough is my standard experiment dough, 80% bread flour, 20% rye flour, 20% starter, 2% salt, and 80% hydration. I'm using bread flour from Italy called Caputo Manitoba Oro, which is very similar to King Arthur, Central Milling, and Bob's Red Mill bread flour. If you're interested in my comparison of those four flours, I have a video where I do just that. The link is in the description. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider joining my Patreon. You can also buy some merch, or use the super thanks, or use the links for tools and ingredients in the description. Those were the words. This is the experiment. This is an experiment, not a recipe. My master recipe for sourdough bread is linked in the description. First, I'm mixing everything for the control together in a bowl. Then I rest it for an hour. Secondly, I mix everything to make the dough for the no-knead. Then, instead of letting it rest, I start the bulk fermentation. Thirdly, I mix everything in the bowl of my stand mixer. While I love the power of this KitchenAid mixer, I hate putting the bowl on it. Who designed this? I run it until I have a cohesive dough. Then I start bulk fermentation for this dough as well. Fourthly, I mix all the dry ingredients in the food processor and run until they're well combined. Then I add the starter and the water. Then I run the machine until the dough has been well kneaded. The what? Is it the safety lock? Let me try and reset it. Oh, okay, it's starting again. Nope. Alright, I'll try a lower speed. Nope, don't play with the power. The machine is super hot, so I'll remove the dough to prevent it from getting destroyed. Wow, this dough is super sticky. I wonder what will happen with it. Alright, I'll bulk it. After about 3 hours of bulk fermentation, all doughs are ready to be pre-shaped. After a short rest, all the loaves are ready for final shaping. and then they go into the fridge for an overnight retard. The following day, I prepare for baking by preheating the oven and my Challenger pan. When the oven is hot, I prepare the control loaf. I dust the bottom with rice flour, flip it onto the peel, I score it, and then I bake it. After 25 minutes, I prepare the no-knead bread. Dust it, flip it, score it. Then I move the control out of the Challenger and place the no-knead in the oven. After 25 minutes, I prepare the machine mixed loaf. Dust it, flip it, score it. Then I remove the control and let it cool down. I move the no-knead bread over and place the machine mixed bread in the Challenger. 25 minutes later, I prepare the food processor bread. Dust it, flip it, score it. And then I take out the no-knead bread and let that cool down. I move the machine mixed bread out of the way. Then I put the food processor bread in the oven. And after 25 minutes, I take out the machine mixed bread and I let it cool. After the final 25 minutes, I remove the food processor bread from the oven and I let that cool with the rest. Alright, I know you're hurting to see the crumb, so here we go. Something I've been asked to do is to weigh the resulting bread, so let's see. The control weighs 559 grams. The no-knead bread weighs 548 grams. The machine mixed bread weighs 544 grams. And not unsurprisingly, the food processor bread weighs less, 475 grams. Alright, so it's pretty cut and dry. The no-knead bread required the least amount of work. Next was the machine mixed bread. If my food processor had worked, I think the dough would have come together and it would have been about the same amount of work. But I guess that's up in the wind. I'm not going to buy another food processor just for this experiment. The most hands-on work was the control, not counting the crazy food processor cleanup. But I did have to clean up. So here's my ranked list. No-knead, machine mixed, stretch and folds, and food processor. All right, so except for the food processor bread being much smaller because I wasn't able to finish the kneading, there really wasn't much difference between these four methods' results. It's hard for me to recommend any other method than no-knead. Personally, I love to work with the dough and feel it progress, but honestly, it's not needed with the long fermentation time we use in sourdough bread. The methods that use agitation to develop gluten, like stretch and fold, machine mixing, and the food processor, if you have one powerful enough, would be much more important when making a yeasted loaf with a short fermentation time, since you need to develop the gluten before you shape the loaf. But in this case, no-knead wins for me. Did I pick the wrong one? Let me know in the comments if you have a different winner. I hope you learned something today. See you next time.